there. Hi there. I'm Lisa Taylor, and this is Ideas on Truth. And if you haven't joined us before, welcome. And if you are a repeat offender, a repeat viewer, one of the many, welcome back. And it's nice to have you here. Tonight, I wanted to talk with you a little bit about the fact that I'm facing, I shouldn't say that. There are times in my life when I have faced big changes. And I know we all do that. We all get to points in our life where big change is upon us. And recently I've been thinking about a big change. And just even thinking about it and planning about it, it brought up a lot of sort of anxiety. Christy, hey. And I just am realizing that just thinking about change is making me feel tenderhearted. I feel a little bit on edge. I feel a little bit like I'm reacting a little bit too much to people around me. And I started to realize that, when we are comfortable and we're in a familiar space and we have a familiar routine, anything that gets sort of jars us out of that can feel really uncomfortable at first. And I just started to think about, what do little children do? If we would just become as children and we would play and be in the moment and be joy-filled and love easily and trust. And when we don't know what we're doing or we feel unsure, we reach our hand up to our parent and we say, Mommy, Daddy, take my hand and help me feel safe. And as adults, we can do the same thing and we just don't do it. We get so stuck in staying in our ruts and staying in our path and staying with what's comfortable, that breaking out of that seems to take this epic force of something kind of kicking us and getting us to shift and try something new. So I am actively trying to be more childlike, to become as a little child. In fact, there's this quote, I know I quote this book a lot, but it's just so good. This Science and Health with Key to the Scriptures, Mary Baker Eddy says, willingness to become as a little child and to leave the old for the new renders thought receptive of the advanced idea. And I just love that quote, willingness to become as a little child. And what that means for me is to be humble, to be willing to ask for help, to be willing to be in the moment and not look into the past or look into the future or worry about things. Because what is worry? Worry is distrust, basically. It's saying that I'm afraid that something in the future I'm not going to be taken care of, or I'm not going to have what I need. And if we are just little children in thought, we are humble enough to know that God is talking to us. That's what angels are. Angels are God's thoughts passing to man. That's a definition I grew up with, again, from Science and Health. Spiritual intuitions, pure and perfect. The angels are all around us all the time. And those thoughts, those godlike thoughts, those inspired thoughts are always coming to us. And if we can just trust that those are there, then we will, as Jesus said, launch out into the deep, because out in the deep is where all the fish are. It's like what he said it to Simon, I guess. Launch out into the deep and cast and drop down your nets. And when they launched out into the deep, obviously it's practical, but it's also metaphorical. When we trust enough to just take those bold steps forward and go into our bright futures with expectancy of good, with trust that we're being led to do the right thing, to be willing to be a child, to be willing to be humble and to be joyful and to give freely with no fear that we're going to run out. Supply is infinite. Supply is ideas. Supply is not money. Supply is not things. Supply is the infinite inflow of ideas, the infinite income of ideas, upon which we can act and create whatever future is meant for us. And so I guess tonight I'm just saying, let's be as children, let's be brave and cast our nets, go launch out into the deep and cast our nets down and expect full nets of fish. Expect the infinite supply of goodness that is there and abundant and waiting for us to come to us when we trust that, when we reach up and grab our Father's hand, our Father, Mother's hand, and we go forward trusting that we are cared for and we are loved and we can give freely because there's so much more coming in to supply us with what we are giving. So that is my prayer for us tonight. I hope that this finds you well. I hope that if you like these ideas, you subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Facebook and share this out with your friends if you think they would like these ideas. And thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. Bye.